back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. So this is the card we're creating. I took a Fizzy Moon stamp called Cheers. Now these are really small images, but I think if you can find a way of making them just stand out, it works perfectly. I used an embossing folder which I got from a Facebook de-stash group. So if I can find it, I will link it. If I don't, that's just the issue. I took a 6x4 inch card base, and as you can see, I already used some scrap card to emboss. So I did that all off camera because I didn't know if it was going to work or if I needed to do distressing on the card before I put it in the embossing powder, but it worked this way, so I'm not complaining. But I did notice something recently. So I started card making a while back now, and when I first started, I would come around to my mom's around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I would be here until about 6 o'clock in the evening figuring a way of making a card. But now, like recently, I've noticed, so I'm convinced I started making cards on YouTube in 2019. Don't quote me on that, I'm not entirely sure. But basically, it would take me, I don't even know how long. So let's just work this out while you watch me ink blend. So I would come around 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. So it was roughly about 5 hours to make one card. Right now, this card that I made yesterday wasn't planned. There was no inspiration for it because I googled the image and literally nothing came up. So I hope this helps anybody that has this stamp or is thinking about purchasing it. But basically, at the moment, I've been coming around later and later, I've noticed, because, you know, I don't really need to do anything. And now that I know that making cards is quicker for me somehow, I have no idea how. Maybe it's the thought process, or maybe it's just like it's simpler for me now. Like I know like where all my supplies are. I really don't know why it's such a big time difference, but basically yesterday when I made this card, it took me less than 40 minutes to make, which is still quite a long time, but considering that it used to take 5 hours to now 45 minutes, just goes to show like the difference in time. So basically what I used to do and what I still do is I create a card and then I get the links for everything that I used. That way I can put everything away before I leave my craft room. That's the process that I go through every time I make a card. So it's really weird how it's like a big time difference. Maybe it's better Wi-Fi, maybe it's just that I've been doing it for so long now that I know what works and what doesn't. I have no idea. But anyways, I love how this card turned out. My dad loved it, so I put it on my mantelpiece at home. Basically, anytime you come to my dad's house, you will see a card on that mantelpiece, whether it's somebody's birthday, a holiday, or whatever. Every week there's a new card up there. And some of my dad's friends actually just literally come around just to see what card is up on the mantelpiece. But you know, he came home last night from the pub, which is where the inspiration kind of came from for this card. And he came home and he's like, oh my god, I love that card. It's like so much detail has gone into that. And I'm like, realistically, it's not a lot of detail. It just looks like a lot of detail. So I talked to him about the process and I showed him the filming process as well. I programmed it onto the TV so he could see it. And he couldn't believe how quickly it actually is done. Like I'm looking at my film length for this video. It actually only took me 9 minutes to film this, the process of it. So maybe add like 5 more minutes onto that for me embossing, and that's it. Literally everything else, it's just weird how quickly my time goes now. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna insert some music. I'm gonna speed this up, even though it really doesn't need it, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me on my socials, and if you want to purchase this card, you can do that. So you can head over to my Instagram and message me through there. I do have a WhatsApp business account, but at the moment I'm having issues with this. So I contacted them and they've told me that they're upgrading their system in April. So at the moment it's sort of been a bit of a pain trying to upload new cards and stuff. So at the moment, I am only selling over on Instagram, so if you want to purchase the card, definitely check out the social links in my description. Everything I used will be linked unless I can't find it, but most of the time I do find something or something similar, so definitely check out my description for anything you want to purchase.